Development projects have the final objective of obtaining concrete results that help boost a country's socio-economic development, as stated in our PM4R Learning Guide. That's the premise on which the Skills for Current and Future Jobs in the Bahamas, or acronym SCFJ, was established. The project's objectives are to reduce unemployment in the Bahamas by improving the employability of Bahamians between the age of 16 to 40, to increase the access to quality jobs in the Bahamas through three components. Those three components are developing local skills through the Bahamas Apprenticeship Program, modernizing the Department of Labor Services to improve job placement and to better match job seekers with employers, contributing to the development of measurement tools that can effectively assess the performance of the local labor market. This project is the IDB's first of its kind for the region, partnering with the government of Bahamas with a collective $50 million investment over a period of 5 years. Team Purple includes members of the Skills for Current and Future Jobs in the Bahamas project execution team, along with one of our IDB partners. Tamiko Bryce, our project manager, Alexander Darville, Skills Development Specialist, Roy Andine, our communication specialist, Linda Sterling, IDB's Resource Planning and Administrative Assistant, and yours truly, Jaleese Ferguson, the Administrative Assistant to this project. The Project Management for Results certification course has exposed Team Purple to a better understanding of the project's planning matrix, which is an instrument that consolidates information from 7 tools that the project team can use to track operations, and it provides the inputs needed to prepare and update the multi-annual executing plan and the annual operating plan, with its most important function to facilitate project management, monitoring, and controls. Team Purple will share 3 of the 7 tools that is considered most relevant in managing our project. The lessons learned throughout the course, the application, and the impact that they will have on our project. Mr. Bryce, our project manager, would now share with us.
Thank you, Jaleese, for those kind words and introduction. Our team was really impressed by the S-curve. The S-curve serves as a visual tool that easily communicates the financial status of the project. It is also a strategic resource for policy and decision makers. The S-curve can also be used to help with planning with similar projects or projects of same nature. The S-curve can be used to help with earned value management. The S-curve detects if projects exceeds planned values. The S-curve assists with cash flow management. And the S-curve can help planning projects to plan better for disbursements to coincide with project expenditure or high dollar demands as relates to procurement. The S-curve also proactively assesses the level of project expenditure versus the budget to determine any changes as necessary, whether resources need to be reallocated or repurposed or leveled. The S-curve can be utilized at the component or overall project level. The S-curve can also track project pace relative to the financial disbursement schedule. This tool looks at the planned values versus the actual cost and tracks those 2 variables. And we are able to determine from this tool whether or not we are on course with our planned values or planned expenditure, or we are behind. This graph represents our S-curve for the year 2019. Our planned expenditure is the red line, and our actual expenditure is the purple line. And there lies a gap in between the plan and the actual, and we were able to determine some of the factors for the lag in actual expenditure was due to some of the targeted high dollar value procurement activities that we envisioned that were high dollar spend or big dollar spend activities were not realized in a timely fashion or in the time frame we had originally envisioned. Therefore, we were not able to achieve the various the high dollar spend that was pre-planned. Secondly, we also realized that there were some revisions made to our approach and methodology from the procurement point of view, as well as from the project point of view, in terms of milestones and timelines. Therefore, that impacted our planned expenditure for the year. This tool was able to help us realize in a snapshot where we need to make changes and how we need to be more proactive in terms of executing in certain components of our project or activities. The S-curve has proven to provide tremendous value to us. We have to supplement this tool with the detailed dollar breakdown because the S-curve is limited to summary totals of expenditure by every month. And normally with our presentations to our project steering committee and those who have financial and fiduciary responsibilities, we have to provide a more granular and detailed breakdown of costs. However, this tool has proven to be very valuable to the team and an important execution tool. And we look forward to using it in our reporting requirements and our presentations to our key stakeholders to advise and provide a snapshot in a moment in time of our financial performance. And hopefully we will be able to, we intend to improve our expenditure as we achieve more of our high dollar value procurement activities. We'll now have Ms. Royanne Dean come and share with us on our communications matrix.
The communication matrix is a very important tool in project management. It ensures that the information shared with internal and external stakeholders is done so at a high quality and that the appropriate content is shared at the right depth and frequency relative to stakeholder needs. Moreover, the communication matrix also identifies the optimal mediums to use for communication with different stakeholder audience groups. The inherent value in the communication matrix is that it can greatly increase the chances that the stakeholders will receive consistent, reliable, practical, and timely information that can be used to make decisions. Typically, the communication matrix is developed by the project manager. However, in our project, Skills for Current and Future Jobs in the Bahamas, the communication matrix was developed by the communication strategist. The matrix was developed with inputs such as the messaging, stakeholder needs, responsibility for sharing the information, and the frequency with which that information should be shared. If we look specifically at component 1 of our project, the communication matrix includes these WBS elements based on the following products. 1, the pre-apprenticeship program. 2, the apprenticeship program. 3, the sector skills councils. And 4, the matching grant. As Jalise mentioned earlier, this program is focused on increasing the employability of youth in the Bahamas and increasing connections between job seekers and employers. The public-facing nature of this program means that in addition to internal stakeholders, some of our products, specifically the pre-apprenticeship and apprenticeship programs, include external stakeholders that are included in the communication matrix. It should be noted that while the internal stakeholder group communication methods lean heavily on emails, reports, and meetings, the external stakeholder audience groups rely more heavily on social media, a relatively inexpensive and effective means to reach broader audiences. This is a critical feature because the success of the program depends on raising awareness of the program and driving engagement and enrollment from both participant influencer groups such as parents and guardians, as well as educational and extracurricular group leaders. Furthermore, the same actions are necessary to gain the buy-in and participation of employers. These products may share common recipients and communication methods, but the message and the reason for the communication differs. Because of the nature of the WBS element, communication preparation responsibilities are pretty consistently shared by the project manager and the skills specialist, except for the matching grant, which is a highly technical product and will be handled by a monitoring and evaluation specialist. Depending on the nature of the internal communication, the communication strategist will develop material. The project manager plays an important role in the delivery of the information to internal stakeholders, while the communication strategist primarily develops and delivers information to the external stakeholder groups. This matrix also shows the variations in the rate of contact based on the needs of the information recipient. I hope that you learned a little bit more about this important tool. Now I will pass you to Alexander Darvel, who will share information on the responsibility assessment matrix.
Thank you, Ms. Dean. The responsibility assignment matrix, also known as RAM, connects the organizational chart of the project or organization responsible for the project with the WBS to ensure that each and every component of the work packages is assigned to a person on the organizational chart. The two most common formats of the RAM are the narrative format and the diagram format. Narrative format, which describes in detail all aspects of responsibility, authority, skills, and qualifications required. The diagram, which is based on the four most important HR variables and is also known as the RACI matrix, and the acronym RACI, the letters indicates R, responsible, the one person, and it's extremely important from the work WB, there's only one person who is responsible for the execution or for ensuring of execution. A, approve, the person who is sure final responsibility for the correct and complete execution of a product or deliverable. C, consultant, someone who is not directly involved in the execution of the product or the deliverable, but who is asked for their input. And I, informed, someone who will receive updates of the product or who will receive results of the product or the deliverables. If we was to look at the diagram, I will show you how we would utilize the RAM along with the input tools from the course in our project. If you look at the WBS on our RAM chart diagram, you will see that there is a number. The WB is one of the input tools that is used in creating the RAM. The number is sequential. You will see that same number on the WBS as well as on the schedule matrix as well as the risk matrix. And so it's unique and it's easy to track. So in the event, if we was to use this RAM in a meeting, it's very easy for us to look at, for example, who is responsible for what. And it's extremely important to take a look at the letters to the bottom of the chart because it tells us who is responsible, who is the consultant, who is the person that have to be informed. And so it is very easy for us to indicate who should do what. That is one of the key elements of the RAM matrix. I will now turn it over to Ms. Linda.
Thank you, Mr. Darvel. This course has proven to be an excellent learning experience as it has enhanced the capabilities of our team members. It was well presented with pertinent information and tools that can be used to increase the productivity of the projects. It can be said that PMR4 has achieved its objectives of improving the project management skills of the executing agencies and members of the liaison bodies, as well as strengthening the project planning and management skills of us who attended the course. In conclusion, the tools and concepts that has been presented in this course has and will foster a better understanding of the factors that influence a development project, which has the objective of improving a country's socioeconomic development. It is our aim to use the project management tools to communicate the project progress and performance to the project steering committee and other key stakeholders. These tools will also be in the reporting requirement, such as the AOP, semi-annual progress report, and the status report. Also, the PEU would utilize the tools more in the execution of the project. Additionally, we would like to recommend the following enhancements to the project. 1, local support within the offices similar to that of procurement and finance. 2, hosting of refresher course on all the latest version of the current project management tools. 3, establish a data repository. 4, that the Bahamas PEU Hub should have tools uploaded in that data repository that the project team can refer to. These tools can be such as the tutorials, what-if scenarios, and provide referral material to improve the EVMs. And 5, a project management leadership course. On behalf of the Purple team, we would like to thank the IDB for offering this course. And we can say to you that the knowledge shared will go further to enhance this project.